está celebrando en Barcelona. Nos visita una empresa que se llama D2 o D2. Tenemos a Doug con nosotros, con quien vamos a estar hablando sobre qué hace la compañía, y también él ha participado de un panel esta tarde sobre IMS y nos va a comentar también un poco qué se ha tratado en ese panel donde él ha participado. Doug, welcome to telesemana.com.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good to be here.
Tell us what D2 does first off, and then we will jump into the panel so you can tell us exactly what was discussed at that panel where you participated today.
Sure.
Or that you're going to be participating. No, you participated
this
already.
morning.
Yeah, it was
This morning, yeah. So a very good panel.
Okay.
I'll talk about that, but first let me introduce myself. My name is Doug Makishima, Chief Operating Officer for D2 Technologies. We're based in the U.S. in sunny Santa Barbara, California.
Okay.
Similar weather to here in Barcelona.
Yeah.
So we are a leading provider of IMS software for the mobile terminals, the mobile phones and tablets. We provide both VoLTE, voice over LTE, and RCS Joyn.
Okay.
So both flavors of IMS technologies in the embedded software format. So our software is native to the device. So instead of a downloadable client,
It's
all
already
the features is integrated and completely
So
embedded.
it's an AMS client, so to speak.
IMS client, but it's completely integrated in the phone operating system.
Okay.
For example, this phone here
It's an Android?
is Android, and we work together with Intel. This is an Intel Atom-based phone, their new application processor, with our software integrated within the Android operating system and optimized for the Intel chip
Okay.
as well.
Are you
We also-
working with Qualcomm or any of these guys, or?
Sure, we work with a number of different LTE modem and chip vendors and application processors. But this example is with Intel. We also work with a number of the top OEM vendors of the phone. We do also offer a downloadable client.
Okay.
So we have both a downloadable app as well as a fully integrated native.
The difference would be between in terms of the user experience?
Sure. The most important thing is the user experience, of course, and the native application provides that built-in, completely native user experience where you don't have to download an app or start a separate app. It's in the dialer, in the contacts, address book, all of the new rich communication features, the IMS features are just built in there.
Okay.
So that's one of the main key factors for native. Also, we can provide better voice quality and video quality because we're optimized and integrated on the chipset in the platform. Exactly.
Okay. So essentially, your clients would be then the handset manufacturers and tablet manufacturers, or you deal with the operators because they are implementing the solution, and thus they need to talk to you as well to optimize your application also for the network.
Right. So it depends on which solution we're talking about. For the
embedded
native, it's our customers are the chip companies and the platform OEMs, the actual phone manufacturers. We also work very closely with the operators for the downloadable client.
Okay.
We can also tailor the solution and customize our solutions, either the native or the embedded, native or the downloadable, for the operator requirements. So even if the customer is the OEM platform vendor, we still work with the operator to customize. And then for the downloadable, it's actually the operator that sells the solution or provides a solution to the subscriber. So that is our actual customer.
So when you say customization, you can do some customization for the service provider. That means that even with the embedded solution, you can still apply some sort of branding to the application, so it has the branding of the operator. Or that's once it's embedded on the handset, that's the way it is, and there's no way to change certain parameters to make the look and feel of the operator.
Well, actually, we can do that. We can make changes even with the embedded or native client, but the operator requirements have to be passed to the OEM, and then the OEM comes to us, or we can enable the OEM to make such changes.
Okay. Now, in terms of IMS implementations, you have a client that obviously works with Joyn, but Joyn has only been implemented in, I think, South Korea, Spain, and Germany.
Correct.
And I think
Also
Metro
in the US,
PCS,
Metro
but
PCS.
only one Metro PCS, only one operator. Tell us what to expect from the next 12 to 18 months in terms of more Joyn deployments, and what do you see in the market? Because we're seeing some reports on the press that say, that some operators are delaying the Joyn initiative. I don't know what are you hearing? Because you are obviously involved with the OEMs, and probably the OEMs, are talking to the operators, so you guys know what's going on firsthand.
Well, we've seen some operators delay, push out their launch plans, but most of the operators are committed to Joyn and to VoLTE. Of course, with VoLTE, you also have to have the LTE network, but we're actually very optimistic, and we expect to see over a dozen launches within the next 6 months. So I think it's gaining momentum now, and it's been shown here in Spain, and South Korea, now in the US and Germany, that it adds value, it keeps the operator relevant, and it provides value-added rich communication services that the subscribers want. Obviously they're using Skype and WhatsApp and other over-the-top services, and those will still remain a part of the whole ecosystem. But I think it's important now that the operator provide these kinds of services and have at least parity with that type of functionality.
Okay, let's go to the panel. You had a panel this morning, and tell us what was the theme of that panel.
So the title of the panel was IMS and Next Generation Voice, but really did focus on VoLTE and also RCS and how the two interact, or which one is more important. And of course the answer is depending on which operator and which region.
That's one of those general questions, very difficult to answer.
Right, and then I think there was some debate as to the relevance of RCS and the future, and some of the questions you just asked about the rollouts and popularity and success. And I think everybody remains optimistic, and my fellow panelists laid down the key fundamental value for both VoLTE and RCS. And again, it varies depending on which operator, which region, which one will be deployed first, and which one's more important. But I think the conclusion is that these IMS services for next generation voice and richer communications are extremely important and add value to the operator.
And you said, the value to the operator, but how can they monetize services like VoLTE or even Joyn, which is a competition with WhatsApp and Skype and Viber and all these other applications, when these applications are, if not free, very close to free, and at some point, you wonder if the operators, because I've heard different stories, and some people have told me, operators are doing this not just to monetize, but to keep people on their network and for brand awareness for future services. And some other people are saying, no, they're going to be able to monetize because they're going to be offering more reliability, security, and so on. Which one is it?
Well, so, my company, we're very deep in the technology, so we don't get involved
in that area?
On the business models.
That's a nice strategy.
Sure.
On the question, okay.
But my opinion,
you have a take? Yeah.
My opinion,
Personal opinion
is that it shouldn't be about monetization. If you can provide more value and you can charge for that and monetize that, that's great. That's fantastic. But the key thing is what you said. The operator needs to be relevant as a service provider, not just a bit pipe, not just a data service. They need to offer services. They need to figure out different business models, perhaps, different ways of monetizing. The old style,
if you lose the user already,
right? You lose relevance. You lose the user. You lose the branding. Then you completely lose the ability to
monetize future opportunities.
Exactly.
All right. Well, Doug, thank you so much for joining us today, and good luck with the show.
My pleasure. Great. Thank you.